When a leather industry was constructed in Buna Town in Wajir County a decade ago, residents were optimistic of employment opportunities and economic benefits. A decade later, the town lacks electricity and the machines at the leather industry are rusting. Esadin Haji tells us the story of a forgotten town.
It is a long journey on a rough terrain north of Wajir Town. Hours later, we reached Buna, a hilly village. Here is where we joined the residents to listen to the 8-point economic stimulus program launched by the president. In this, government offices a kilometer out of the town amid COVID-19, only chiefs attended the ceremony. Here is where Patrick Mahero, the area deputy county commissioner, took charge to read the president's speech. Shortly after the end of the speech, Zainab Mohammed, Buna Sub-County Director of Education, paints a picture of how difficult quenching the thirst for education is in this part of the country.
The current curriculum that we are going through, the CBC, some of the lessons has to be brought together through the digital learning. The learner has to be introduced to the digital learning. The gadgets are available, but the use of the gadgets is failing us, and the failure is brought about by the lack of power.
We headed to the town to have a glimpse of how deep these challenges are. Despite being the same age with Thika Town in Kiambu County, it looks like a deserted ancient village. Poor infrastructure and lack of electricity to power the town means there is little or no business at all.
Tumeweza kupata shinda mingi kupitia stima. Hapa tunaweza kutumia generator ambayo inatumia mafuta ya shilingi 400 kila siku. Na kurudisha hiyo ni changamoto.
Edward Mwendwa runs a kinyozi here, but his business is collapsing. We joined him as he was preparing to shave a customer. He tells us the state of his business.
Hata area hakuna stima. Na ukiwa hakuna stima, battery yangu yenye ninatumia hapa kama solar mara nyingi huwa inaharibika. Na ikiharibika, mimi sikuangi na kazi ya kufanya. Ninafunga kazi yangu na nyumba inahitaji nini? Pesa.
The hospital, schools and the police station in Buna are in darkness. There is no electricity. As a result of this, government operations are impending, halting normal running of activities in the town.
Within our offices, it is also a serious challenge. Some documents are confidential. They are not supposed to be printed outside. But because we do not have power and computers cannot run minus power, we are forced to source from outside, which many times exposes confidential documents to outsiders.
Mahali kama tannery, kuna mahali kama hospitali, wamama wanazalishwa, kuna police station, kuna AP, tuko na secondary school 2 ya wasichana na vijana. Kwa hivyo hiyo huduma hatuwezi pata kwa sababu hata hakuna mahali hata mtu anaweza enda hata kutoa hata printer moja ya cyber due to the hatuna stima.
We went to see the leather industry that the residents say is a failed project. Machines here have been abandoned. The only dream of the residents that this industry will create employment and raise the economy of the town has crumbled. Well, this is the leather industry in Buna Town, which was constructed 10 years ago. Machines here have been left to rust without power running them. This is now a house that houses birds due to the openings that you can see up there. Abdinur Abdirahman, the only watchman for the plant, was employed by the county government years ago. He says he does not receive salary, but still never abandoned his duty to safeguard the property of his people.
Sasa nalisha watoto ni hata bibi ambaye na wajuzi. Just 5 months ago. Hata aliniwacha just because of lack of money. Because I'm working for government, there's no payment. Sasa naona hali inakuwa shida kwa sababu hata kiboro yangu siwezi kufanya because day and night I am only watchman here. I am day and night worker. I don't have off. I don't have leave
for 10 years. Sasa naweza kulisha watoto yangu kivipi sasa?
The pain of a town that has lost glory is clearly visible in its midst. Yet towns of its age enjoy good infrastructure and a booming industrial backyard. Poor leadership may be the ultimate answer to these challenges, but also reveals lack of commitment to complete projects at final stage, such as this leather industry.
Gamia ukishika tundo, hakuna kitu unabaki mbele. Sisi tunalomo kila kitu ni MB yetu. Kwa sababu hii MB ndio angeshughulika hii mambo ya Buna, mambo ya sintima Buna. Kama MB angelete sintima, hii kitu angefanyika kazi. Hii kitu angefanyika na youth ya Buna angefaidika.
Poor access roads in the town also add salt to the wound. During rainy seasons, both main bridges connecting to Wajir town and Moyale are washed away, leaving the people with no food and clean water.
Bridge iko ambayo walijenga culvert box, ilijengwa culvert box. The culvert box itself, kuna maji inatoka Ethiopia inakuja kuflood this town. Na hiyo kitu flooding baka maji mahali mimi nasimama, maji ya laga inafika baka hapa na inapita.
During rainy, we hardly go even to Malkagufu. We are cut off by the bridge floods, and then we are even cut off from Moyale. There was a time we experienced very heavy rains, and we were cut off from both Wajir and Moyale. And so even life in Buna, the food was not even available.
It's the dry season now. Water levels are low and may dry up in a couple of weeks. The residents are now left to deal with the aftermath of the flash floods. But these flash floods might be impending and return any moment, and its reoccurrence could be lethal. Isadin Haji, TV 47, Buna Sub-County, Wajir North.